I've been slacking on my videos lately. I just realized I haven't uploaded a video in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and it's so sad because my New Year's resolution for 2017 was every single Monday I would upload a video. And I did that for a whole year. And then when 2018 hit, I feel like because it wasn't my goal, like when I set specific goals for myself and I commit to it, then I really hold myself accountable and I follow through with it. But since it's a new year and I have new goals for this year, I've kind of put that on the back burner, which is making me sad because I really do love to make videos. The past couple days, I've been kind of just reflecting about life. And one of the things I think I'm so grateful for is living in New York City and having these little experiences that you never saw coming. I was at home and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to get out of the apartment and go for a walk. Even though it's been so cold lately, I just needed to get out. And so I was walking and there's a coffee shop I usually go to. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep walking a few more blocks just because, like no reason. I just kind of decided to keep walking. And I turned around the corner and I see these like movie trucks set up, those film trucks, like all the crew is here. And I was like, oh, interesting, I wonder what they're filming. And I turned the street corner and there's all these old school cars lined up on the street. And I'm walking down, and honestly, it's one of my biggest dreams in life is to just, for one day, go back in time in New York City and see what it's like on the streets and the old cars and the way people are dressed and just be a part of a different era. There's so many times in my life I just feel like I'm born into the wrong generation and I'm like, oh, I wish I could just see what it's like back then and like just love how the people were dressed and the way they talked and everything about it. And so it was kind of like a little dream come true for me to just walk down the street and see all these old cars and feel like I'm just transported back in time. I was like, am I dreaming? And this is just a random experience. I was like, I'm just gonna randomly walk down the street. If I decided to not go on a walk that day and stay in my apartment, or if I decided to just stop walking and go to where I originally planned on going, that would have never happened. So I've been just thinking about that, and it made me realize the best moments in life are the spontaneous ones that you're not planning. It's so easy for us to beat ourselves up over past mistakes and we're like, oh, we could have just done something wrong, or if only I made a different decision, or if only I did this instead of this, or if only, and we like go back and we replay things in our head over and over again on mistakes we've made or certain things taken down the wrong path or made a decision that impacted us in a certain way. But it's important also to stop and think about these good things that happen to us randomly, like, oh, if I hadn't done this, I wouldn't have had this amazing thing happen. So I'm just randomly walking around near where I live, and I cross the street and there's like all these really old cars set up along the road, and I'm like, what is going on? I think they're filming something. I saw like a film crew, but this is so amazing because I feel like I'm back in time because all the cars along the street are these old school cars.
$3 a car on the wipers.
This is so cool. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Living for this. I don't know what they're filming. I don't know who's here. Literally just like crashing a movie set right now. I don't even know what it is. Oh, they have this too. So I ended up asking, there was like a guy from the crew standing on the corner, and I was like, so what are they filming? And he goes, oh, it's a 1950s detective movie or something, kind of like telling me very generic information. And I was like, oh, who's in it? What? And he's like, I can't tell you that. I had to sign a bunch of things. And he's like, but if you stick around, maybe you'll see someone you recognize. And I was like, okay. And I was like, but just give me a hint, like who's here, like what actors, like who am I gonna see? So yeah, I have to actually get some work done, so I can't spend all day standing around being a spectator. But it's really cool to just stumble upon these cool movie sets and feel like you're immersed in this whole different world. You walk down the street and there's all these old cars parked on the side, and he's like, yeah, they had to drive them in the middle of the night and they all work and stuff, so it's really cool. Update. After some quick Google searches and Twitter searches, I found there's a Twitter account that has New York City filming locations, what's filming and stuff, and random people will like put in tips, I guess, kind of thing, like, oh, this is filming in this street. And there was one, and people was like, does anyone know what's being filmed on like 148th? It's like a 1950s thing. And someone was like, oh, it's Motherless Brooklyn. So I did some searches. I was like, this is big, like this is a big movie. So I'm gonna go back and like try to see if I can see anyone. Typical me being nosy, like Bruce Willis, Edward Norton, and then I actually saw Bruce Willis. So I was like, I'm just gonna like nonchalantly walk by, and I had my camera, but I didn't take it out to I feel like it's so rude. This is what they do for a job. I don't want to interrupt. They're like talking to the director and just talking about stuff, so I didn't want to be obnoxious and intrusive. I'm like, let me just walk by casually, and I was like, oh my gosh, Bruce Willis. So I was like, okay, respect, act normal. But it was cool, so I got to see him. That's my little excitement for the week.